Welcome to my December 2024 update on the latest credit card news and special offers. Let's kick off with the news. And the first thing here, some of you might have already heard about this, we have covered it on the podcast previously, is around Chase finally launching their UK credit card. Now I say launching, it's on a pilot right now. It's been rolled out to just a small number, 25,000 existing customers who are part of a Chase customer panel. So most people won't actually have seen it just yet and won't be able to apply for it. Although that is going to change in the coming months. They will start making it available to more people, more existing customers, and eventually it will be available to anyone who wants to apply. Although presumably you might need to have the Chase current account first of all in order to do that, because it's all done via that Chase app. Now you might be excited. We've covered this before in these catch-ups, because those of you who do follow what happens in America, you might know that in America, the Chase credit cards often come with big welcome bonuses or high earning cashback or points every single month, which would be very welcome here in the UK. Really, only American Express does that here. So it'd be nice to have someone else giving us more ways to make some money. Sadly, you're going to be disappointed. And I did give you this heads up a while ago. The Chase told me this was going to be the case, and it has been shown with this pilot. There's very little to get excited about with this one. It's not an awful card. It does offer fee-free spending overseas, which is a good thing to have. It's always useful to have a credit card as a backup for your spending. I still think most of the time spending with that Chase debit card to get that 1% cash back is your best option abroad. But fee-free is handy, particularly with some places like car hire or hotels where they require a credit card. Fee-free one, that is great. But there are better options. And in fact, I'm going to talk about a new one of those in a moment. So that's fine, but nothing to get too excited about. It also is a 0% purchase credit card. Now, 0% purchase credit cards, if you need one, there's something big that you need to buy right now. You don't have the savings for it, but you know you can afford it over a certain amount of time, then maybe this is one to throw into the mix. But I'd certainly suggest that you go via a comparison site, first of all, do an eligibility check on a huge number of different credit cards and see which one is best for you. So again, I wouldn't be going down this pilot just for that 0% purchase feature either. And that's it, really. There's no charge for it, but then it's not really offering anything that you would put a charge on. So again, don't get too excited if you do see it somewhere on your app. If you are eligible for it, it will be in the app that you see it. If it changes, if we do see some rewards and perks at some point, I will let you know. But I wouldn't envisage that when this pilot is through, they're suddenly going to throw that stuff in. I think it'd be very similar to this opposite proposition right now. And maybe towards the end of 2025, maybe later than that, there could be something exciting. I will let you know there. The other new credit card to tell you about is from Virgin Money. This is the Everyday Cashback credit card. It does exactly what you would think from that name. It lets you earn cashback every day. Again, don't get too excited because the rate is only 0.25%, which is pretty poor considering, well, there's that 1% on your Chase debit card, plus you can get close to 1% with some of the American Express cards. In fact, the American Express Nectar credit card is 1 point for every pound. Effectively, that's 1%. Two Nectar points for every pound you spend, it's effectively 1% as well, but in Nectar points. So again, this is not one for your everyday spending. Where you might want to look at it is this card is also fee-free to use overseas, which means the previous card I'd recommended as a backup credit card for overseas spending, the Barclaycard Rewards, now has an alternative you could look at because they both are fee-free overseas. They both offer 0.25% cash back. This one does have a cap, a £15 cap every single month, which means you're only going to be earning that rate on the first £6,000 that you spend. But if this is about a backup for you to have overseas or maybe at home as well to earn a little bit of cash back, but most of your spending is on one of those higher earning cashback cards, and hopefully that's not going to be a problem. The other thing that might be useful for you here as that backup card over the Barclaycard one is, although this might change, the general rule with Barclaycard is you can only have one of their cards. So that would rule out, if you have the Barclaycard Rewards, it would rule out the Amazon credit card or the Avios credit cards that they offer. So if instead you had this Virgin Money Everyday Cashback for overseas, then you can look at one of those other ones for other kind of spending you've got. I want to give you a quick update as well here on American Express. And you might remember earlier in the summer, I asked you guys if you'd had any problems with getting the full bonus points from the British Airways American Express Premium Plus offer, the boosted promotion that was running early this year in the spring. And it ran again also a few months ago, because we had a few of you get in touch to say, we haven't been given the full points. We followed all the instructions. We've gone via, and this was what made this one a little bit more complicated to normal offers. We had to go via the British Airways Executive Club, go via a link in there rather than the Amex website. They went via that, but Amex said, no, you've only got the 25,000 points rather than 60,000 points because you followed the wrong link. That seems to be the thing there. So we took a handful of those things that you told us about to Amex with a handful of our readers, and they said, no, we've looked into this and there's nothing wrong. It's correct. They didn't do the right thing. So that's a shame. Fed that back and said, this is what Amex is saying. Well, one of you took that a little bit further, and we've got a whole article over on becleverwithyourcash.com taking you through this. If you want to read more about it, you can. They actually went to the financial ombudsman with their complaint. The ombudsman found in their favor, which meant American Express not only had to give them all the points they were owed, they also had to give them some compensation. I think it was £100. So that was a big win for you guys against, the little guy against American Express. They should have been given those points in the first place. Well, we told you guys about this, and one of you got in touch, and we took that to Amex, and that person has now also been given their full points and some compensation. We've had a couple more of you get in touch since as well, which we're also going to do the same thing with. So if you were impacted by this, you applied for the British Airways American Express Premium Plus credit card via the BA Executive Club at a couple of points this year, potentially even previous years, and you did not get the full bonus points, even though you followed all the steps, then you've got a couple of options there. You can get in touch with us and we can always forward it on. Maybe the easiest thing to do now, though, is go to our website, take the article, send that to Amex with a complaint saying, look, this is what's happened. I've seen this happen to other people. I want you to really look into my particular case, and I want the points you owe me, and I want that compensation. And if they say no again, well, maybe you go to the Ombudsman as well. And again, we've got information about that in that article about how that reader did manage to do this. If you do go down that route yourself, please do let us know, because it'd be great for us to get a sense of how many people we've been able to help for this particular issue. So again, let us know if you are successful with this, and best of luck getting that done. One more quick thing before we get on to a quick special offer roundup. If you are earning any Virgin Red points, and a lot of the time people are going to be earning this via one of the Virgin Atlantic credit cards, you're probably doing that because you want to use them towards flights with Virgin Atlantic, right? It makes sense. Now, whether it's a good thing to do or not is another matter, particularly since they recently changed how you actually can redeem those flights and how many things are available to you on each particular journey, how many seats are available. But assume you're doing that. However, if you are earning those points and you're thinking, I'm going to use them for Greg's, which is one of the ways you can do that, and sadly, they are no longer showing on the Virgin Red redemption option. So sad news there. If you were planning to use your 20,000 points on, 20,000 sausage rolls or however many it would take you to redeem those. Probably not that many, probably 2,000 sausage rolls, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, quickly, I'm going to take you through the special offers that are worth looking at this month for credit cards. I'll give you a roundup of some of the ones that are still running that are worth looking at, but some of these are ending in January. So this is probably your last chance for me to tell you about them. One of them is from Asda Money. You get 5% back on your spending up to 50 quid as a new customer. The last chance to apply for that is the 6th of January. John Lewis also has an offer ending on the 6th of January, which if you, again, are successful and spend a certain amount of cash, you can get a £40 voucher. Also expiring in mid-January are two offers from American Express. There's the American Express Preferred Rewards Gold credit card, boosted 30,000 welcome points available, and also the American Express Platinum card, which potentially, depending how you apply for it, and I covered this in more detail last week, could be worth about 550 quid, that initial welcome offer, and maybe another £600 in perks. Now again, both those Amex ones end on the 14th of January, but the Platinum one, if you really want to take advantage of the potential there with those extra perks, then you want to act really fast, because some of those credits expire on the 31st of December this year. So you've got to apply for the card, get it for the post, and then spend it. So you haven't got much time to actually do that. That's like £150 to spend in a restaurant, £50 to spend in Harvey Nicks. So 200 quid of that would expire at the end of this year. Now, the only new deal to tell you about really of note here is related to that boosted Platinum, Amex Platinum special offer. Now that one, as I've told you in detail last time, is available not just to brand new American Express customers, but also to Amex card holders who do not have the reward card, the gold card, or the platinum card. This is unlike most Amex welcome offers where you can't have had any Amex in your name in the last 24 months. This one, actually you can, right? As long as you can meet the quite strict criteria and pay that quite high fee. So you have to put 10 grand in 6 months and pay a huge £650 annual fee. So it's not for everyone, but it's definitely worth looking at, and you can watch the video from last week, which has details, last month, with details, or read the full analysis over on becleveryourcash.com. However, what I'm going to tell you about now here is something very different. I've not seen this before for this particular card. Some of you with that reward card or with that gold card, existing cardholders who would have been ruled out of this offer, you may see an offer in your app to upgrade to the Platinum card. And if you do that, you can get that same offer. 80,000 points when you spend 10 grand in 6 months, plus all the different credit and things that come with that and the travel insurance to go through with it. So it's certainly worth having a look to see if you can do that, as long as you are confident you can meet all the criteria to trigger the bonus points. Having said all that, I've got an Amex reward credit card. I saw the offer, and when I went to apply, it went wrong. And it just wouldn't work for whatever reason. I put in a complaint. I thought I put in a complaint, and they came back and said, "Oh no, just this." Sometimes they show you the offer when it's not actually something you can take. It didn't sound quite right. Okay, fine, fair enough. But then the next day, the offer was back on my card, and again I tried to apply, and again it all went wrong. So this time I've gone back and put in an actual complaint, because it turned out it wasn't a complaint before, and I'm waiting to hear what they say, because, as I said to you just now, time is running out for me in order to get this upgrade, if I can do it, and be able to trigger those credits before the end of 2024, which I really want to do, because that's a big part of this promotion, what makes it so appealing. Okay, more information about all of these things over at becleverwithyourcash.com. Now, the next credit card update in the new year, we'll be actually looking at my top credit cards for the whole of 2025. So make sure you do keep an eye out for that. My name's Andy Webb. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, cheers.